Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to Pokémon Ultra Moon. Last time we went this way and we beat, surprise, Maxie from Team Magma.
The truth comes out.
And I guess now we'll go this way.
And I wonder who could be on the other side. I mean, if we fought Maxie on the one side, it really could be anyone on the other side.
You did say we have to... Oh boy.
Alright, you lot, just as we planned, let's gang up on the intruder and let them have it!
Oh, that it does fit with their personalities. It's like, on Maxie's side we had to do puzzles, and here it's
and
just...
on the mysterious strangers, yeah!
And here it's not ganging up, that's lining up.
Yeah, yo. Dreaming, don't give it up, Rocket Grunt.
No,
Dreaming, don't give it up, Other Grunt. Dreaming. Look, man, that's the one good thing about this dub. The song is kind of slaps. Okay? I like how they made it's really cheesy even for the era it came out, but it's kind of funny. I like how they took the typical pirate shanty from like olden times, or at least a parody of old times, and made it into what we think kids think is cool 2000 song, you know?
90s more like.
Well, it was the 2000s, I think, at that point. I'm just gonna look it up now.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
By the way, we are talking about the 4Kids stuff of One Piece.
Yeah.
4Kids dub.
It's okay.
One Piece.
Well, the song, I have never watched the 4Kids dub.
Yeah, announced on December 6, 2006. Oh no, that's when they announced that they cancelled it. Okay. And when did they start?
I think that was the first one that came out, right?
Oh, on June 4, 2004. 4Kids announced they had acquired a television distribution and merchandising license over One Piece in the US.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it is a 2000s production. I mean, One Piece isn't that old. One Piece started in the 90s, but you remember back...
It's like 25. Yeah, it started in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm 25 and I started in the 90s.
No, I thought you were gonna say in the 2000s.
No, but you know...
Because you said it's not that old.
But back in the day, it did usually take like 10 years for anime to get dubbed, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially in Europe. I mean, it depended on the anime.
Yeah.
We got GT in like 2005 over here in Germany, and it was like in 1994, was it in Japan?
Japan?
No, 1994, like 1996. Because 1994 is when the Boo Saga was happening in the manga. I know that because I remembered when Barbie first shows up, because he's my favorite. This is an interesting
What I was
Pokemon
gonna
discussion.
say is that it's just a shame because the original opening is so good.
Yes, it
is so good that they like remade the song and used it again as an opening like 3 more times.
Sounds like laziness to me. No, it's a good song.
One of which is actually sung by the voice cast of the Straw Hats.
Yeah, I know. I know, it's beautiful. What I'm saying is like, you know, these dubs are gonna change the music anyway, so I like that at least they made a cool song. They didn't make like, I don't know, like Digimon is like...
Why is nobody following me?
The punchline.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
What? Why? Come on, guys, we said we'd attack together, didn't we?
Sorry, sir, we just couldn't get the timing right, and then you were already battling.
Well, I guess the only option is to reveal a contingency plan. At the same time now, retreat!
Alright.
You could fight us one of the... Okay. Let's go down first.
Alright. Here will be.
But yeah, it's like...
he poisoned.
It's not like in, I don't know, something like Digimon, which is like... Digimon, Digital Monsters, which I'm sure a lot of people love that song, but it's kind of like, yeah, we're saying the title over and over. Or like the English dubbed Dragon Ball opening, which is just Dragon, Rock the Dragon, which again, lots of people love, which is fine. But I think at least this One Piece 4Kids opening was a little bit more creative.
I actually really like the German dubs of the One Piece openings.
Yeah.
And I think that...
The recognizer, like... She's just standing there.
Well, not all of them were good, you know?
Oh, they're making it... Like, you can't go past us. It's a traditional teleport puzzle now. Do you want to check what's up then first?
Well, of course, these kind of translated openings aren't always great. I do feel like, especially in Germany, it's kind of like a lost art form, you know? Because it's been years since
they've done that.
Yeah. Do you think you're smart enough to navigate the Warp Panel Labyrinth? So it was like actually the same song as the Japanese one.
Yeah,
but in
translated.
German.
Yeah.
Not always translated. You like with Digimon, Leb dein Traum, live your dream.
I guess localized. Then.
Yeah. Some were translated, some were like localized.
Well, it's kind of like you can't translate a song literally anyway, so in a sense it's always some form of song translation.
Yeah.
What I want to say is I'm pretty sure this kind of dubbing with, you know, you have the same song, just you sing it in your language, is like really uncommon in America, but like super common everywhere else. That's the thing about it. Because America's like...
Which is why the German opening of Wings also is super amazing, because the original Italian one is great.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Yeah. Go listen to it.
We're probably gonna get a copyright strike or something if we're unlucky.
Go listen to that.
German Wings Club opening.
It's great. Please. Also, One Piece.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to say. It's like, first of all, it's funny that like America's like one of the only countries that constantly changes the music in dubs. But also, the problem with what you kind of addressed already with the German anime openings, even if they were like the original one just in German, was that they often had like text that was kind of different, and they had a pretty limited pool of what their songs was about. Like in the original, which was usually like many different stuff, like Butterfly of Digimon was like,
they were very sometimes very abstract.
Yeah, well, like the German. The Japanese Butterfly Digimon, the opening was like, you know, I'll become a shining butterfly and fly around and do life and stuff.
And I'm sure we'll be able to fly on my love.
Yeah, and then the German openings were pretty much always like...
live your dream! Happy adventure!
Do the friendship, we'll be with you too also. You can do it. And you are cool, and all your friends are with you too. And have courage, even if you're scared. And that's like every German, almost all of them. Kind of depends.
And they also had like a limited pool of singers too.
But that was kind of fun.
Yeah, but like I love it. Like for Digimon, I liked how we had like essentially like one Digimon singer. I think there were two, you know, but it was similar to like how Koji Wada was like the Digimon singer in Japanese. But when it's like all anime, especially like for some, it just didn't fit, you know? I can imagine that feeling off.
Well, as a child, it was nice because it's like, it feels more...
It's anime music.
It's a guy, you know, it's this guy again. It feels familiar, you know, it makes you feel like, and like these shows are this one big, huge thing that all belongs together.
Yeah, and then like they were all on the same network, and then they released like a CD, an album with just all anime songs from like these same couple of people.
Yeah. Anyway,
switch.
In regards to One Piece,
yes.
Like I said, you know, do you expect these 4-kid dubs to change the opening anyway? So I was glad they at least made a kind of creative one, and I feel like I couldn't like fault them too much for changing the opening. I mean, I can, but because the German One Piece dub also changed the first opening, and I loved that one as a child. So I'm kind of like, well, I can't really say.
Did it though?
Yes, it did. The first German One Piece opening is not from the Japanese version. That's an original to the German one.
Oh, right. But they did make a version of that later.
Yeah, they made a version of We Are later, because We Are got a lot of versions. But the first One Piece German opening...
Die Legende.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we didn't read the text.
Well, he said, like, if I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna beat you. That's not what he said, but something like that. But
what if there will be a punchline?
funny is, I just criticized openings like Digimon, Digimonsters, and Dragon, Rock the Dragon. But like the first One Piece opening in German was kind of like that, because it was like One Piece. Da, da, da,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. One Piece. But to be fair, it also had some actual text.
Ja. Jag deinen Traum hinterher.
Ja.
Führen dich hinauf aufs Meer.
Hier gibt es nichts mehr, was dich hält. Finde den größten Schatz der Welt. I do remember every kid everywhere being able to cite the opening text exactly, like the little.
But that's
not part of the song.
That's not part of, also not the German thing. It's
Yeah.
not a German thing. It wasn't it.
Though I think the German version had a unique background music as the story was told. This with the little piano thing.
Medieval piano. I don't know the
That's
name.
also in Digimon a lot. It's a harpsichord.
I guess.
A harpsichord.
But I know that like that like little narration bit is in like at least the first 4 openings, but maybe more.
Yeah, it just like the little bit of piano thingy in the back. That's in the German only, I think. That's also in the 4Kids one. And they made a little pun because Gold Roger or Goldie Roger, whatever his name is, he's like Goldie. He's like you know, if you want to get my treasure, you gotta find it. I left it all in one piece. It's like, oh, it's funny because it's a pun you can only make in English. So I guess props to you, maybe. Even though it's funny in a way.
Yeah. In the German version,
You poor little lost Marine. I'll take good care of you.
Thank you, miss. In the German and in the Japanese version, he doesn't actually call his treasure One Piece.
Yeah, but then the narrator, at least
The narrator calls it One Piece.
I guess, is that a plot hole? Is it later revealed that Gold Roger never called it that?
I don't know. Gold Roger didn't call a lot of things.
Mostly just died.
I mean, his name is Goldie Roger, and he was always like, "Can you believe it? They're calling me Gold Roger now, idiots."
Is that a spoiler?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I just imagine you being like, yes.
no. I mean, Gold Roger is dead.
But so who cares? Nothing about him kind of spoiler because he already died. Is that a spoiler? No, you learn at the very start of every episode that he died.
That's like the premise.
Yeah. Reichtum, Macht und Ruhm.
I love though how like Brooke, you know.
The friend. I'm not gonna say what kind of friend in case that's a spoiler. But Brooke, what about him?
Well, it's...
Is it a spoiler that Brooke is a friend?
No. I don't think anything...
Lou's looking over at her mangas.
Yeah. I don't think anything in the first 50 volumes constitutes as a spoiler anymore at this point.
Well, I remember a time where it was like rumor on the playground that Chopper was gonna join at some point.
Yeah, but Brooke, if you know anything about One Piece, it's the skeleton guy. If you don't know anything about One Piece, you wouldn't even get it anyway.
Anyway, what did Brooke do?
Well, Brooke died out on sea before Gold Roger became famous, so he knows nothing about him.
Ah, okay. That was an odd camera zoom on Ruby just now. I don't know if you see it. It was like whoop whoop.
Oh my god! And I remember how I told Len about I was saying like it's something funny about like. I think it was this, like how Brooke died before Gold Roger became famous. And Len was like, "Did you just spoil a death for me?" I was like, "Yes, Len, the skeleton died at some point." It's like, "Oh, that's Brooke. Brooke is the skeleton. Okay, I get it."
Yeah. I like the Brooke, the skeleton.
Yeah, Brooke is a great character.
Though I never actually saw much of when he already joined. I mean, I remember stuff from the anime when he was there, but that was at a time where I didn't actively watch anymore. I just caught random episodes.
You should read the One Piece manga, Kai.
Yes, I'm gonna try. What are you, a Gyarados? Is Gyarados really the best equivalent?
For Wolf.
I was gonna say maybe she could use Maidina, but she is from Kanto. But even then, like...
Kanto and Johto are right next to each other.
Yeah, but Maidina is in Hoenn. You cretin!
Well, I was gonna say, maybe... I thought you were gonna say because Mareep is not a Kanto Pokemon.
No, I was gonna say maybe she could use Maidina, but maybe she would only use Kanto and Johto Pokemon.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say maybe she's only using Kanto Pokemon. But then again, Mareep is not a Kanto Pokemon, so why doesn't she use Maidina?
Because Maidina...
Where am I going?
This is where it came from, right? Damn you, One Piece. I think this is where you... I mean, it's like there's only one way each time anyway, so... Oh.
I think I went the other way last time.
This is where we came from.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
Yes.
Guzma? What? Okay, good.
Can you pick me up? I'm scared.
Okay, so up is where we are trying to go, but then you No, up is where we are trying to go. Or did you already reach the dead end up?
No, I figured now we go this way.
No, because we wanted to proceed upwards because we were gonna see like, well, up is gonna be something else. You know what I meant?
Well, I see, now we're here and we can't go back from here, you see?
Okay.
And now we're stuck in the same way we were stuck before.
I didn't realize you were stuck. I mean, I just thought you forgot where we were. Because
now this brings me back to the room where we're stuck.
Well, then go on
and
the
this
other.
brings me back to the room before that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, read One Piece manga. I have all of them.
Yeah.
You have no excuse.
Well, maybe they don't like the German translation or something.
Well, then read the Japanese one in color. It's amazing.
Yeah, but I don't have... I don't... I'm not saying I'm not gonna read it. I'm just saying... Hello? Are you trying to patrol or what's that? Sir? Oh! Welcome to a dead end.
For a second, I was like, hey, he's speaking English. Lol.
That's weird. There is like a random Team Rocket NPC who does speak English in the non-English versions of the game. In like Hard Gold and Soul Silver, I believe. You can meet him in Kanto and he speaks English. Mm-hmm. And in the English version they made him speak French instead.
I think that's always their go-to foreign language.
Yeah. And I think the whole idea was that he was like, I'll go back to my hometown town or like my homeland, and then he appeared in Unova later, and that's why he spoke English. I think that's the idea. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I'm mixing stuff up. Oh no. No. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just getting
excited.
Uneasy.
I mean, we are trapped in this room with criminals. One criminal. Wait. So if a Pokemon commits a crime, is that Pokemon considered a criminal? I mean, like... Criminal? I mean... A
cinnamon criminal?
I mean, like, some Pokemon, at least, are confirmed intelligent enough that you could say they're probably responsible for their own actions. Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of differs on the canon, and also the games can be a little bit inconsistent, because, you know, there's Pokédex entries that imply, it's not my fault you're getting anywhere.
You're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Did I say getting anywhere?
Wait.
There's some Pokédex entries which implies that only a very few Pokemon have intellect that can at least be considered comparable to humans and also have the capability of understanding human speech. For example, Latias' entry says that it's very intelligent and can understand human speech, implying that's not normal. So, in turn, but in another context, it's like...
Should I go through everything, or should I just proceed since I can't proceed?
Maybe there's hidden Pokeballs, maybe check. The episode is gonna end soon anyway, so there wouldn't be much sense to just go to the climax now. They're doing that thingy. That's mean. But yeah, then there's other contexts where it's like, well, Pokemon all love you and they're your buddies and they're your friends forever, so it's kind of like more applying, where every Pokemon has equal capability of having a human-like concept of love, etc., you know? Which is, fine, it's a kid's show, but...
Don't go easy on you, just because you're a kid. It's time you learn to fear adults. So, what's that about kids' content?
Well, it's a kid's game, and that's why they treat you like a child, because you're a child.
I'm a child.
Yay.
You can't do that, he's a baby.
Matt,
what?
is there a confirmed age for the Pro Tag in, like, Sun and Moon? Because I remember, like...
I think, didn't they say, like, 10 or 11
is
when you start the island challenge? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that they said the age specifically in this one.
Yes, just right the second you said that, I was like, oh yeah, I remember, they confirmed you're 11. Because I remember, like, of course...
Not in every game they confirm your age.
Yeah, but the general assumption is that, they're all 11, unless specified otherwise. But I remember, like, in Gen 5, I think they either said, or maybe you just guessed, that your trainers were older now. And I don't think... Don't tell me later if what the truth is. Who said age mattered anyway?
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually confirmed what age they are, but I remember as soon as the topic of, well, they're older now came up, everyone immediately headcanoned that they were like 16, 17, or even 18, Like, everyone immediately jumped to the highest possible age they could imagine.
While still being a child.
Yeah, while still being considered a child. But I'm pretty sure they're probably maybe more like 14.
If I remember, 14 is also the age that I remember them being.
But it's kind of like, when I was, when Gen 5 was coming out, I also was like, well, they're probably 17, because, that's...
Oh, no, back at this.
No! I'm sorry, this is my fault. But, it's, I think that's kind of...
Wait.
Why aren't you picking up the Pokeball also? We passed this 2 times.
Wait, this is different, though.
It's a Pokemon. Damn it. I feel like when you're a kid, but you're not, like, if you are, like, around the age of 13, 14, or 16, you're most likely to assume that characters are all your age or, like older, like, at least 18. 18 is, like, when you're 14 to 16 and, like, bit younger, around that age, like, 18 is the oldest you imagine yourself you could be without feeling this is weird,
without disassociating with yourself.
Yeah, like, I felt like I couldn't imagine a character was supposed to be me being, like, 20, because, like, well, then I would be a completely different person at that point, I would be an adult or whatever. Not, like, in the sense that I would change, but it was more, like I would be replaced or something, like, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts or whatever. But, like, imagining that there would have been too much time that passed, there would be too many factors I would have to imagine, well, at that point, what would I do? So, it got too confusing for me. I like how we can just calmly proceed because Petra can just withstand these explosions, no problem. You're trying to look up their ages?
Yeah.
I could do that. I got the phone. Selkie grew to level 71. Their names are Hilda and Hilbert.
Yes.
Which is...
But somehow Bulbapedia won't open for me. But it also sends me to Bulba Garden instead.
That's like their domain, isn't it?
What the fuck? Oh,
there's a trainer that's
she's seeing me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, here it says age 14 in black and white and in 16 in black and white too.
And what about Rosa and what was it, Nate?
I'm gonna guess they're probably also 14 in their starting game.
Hey.
What? Oh, you mean the trainer, not me.
I'll do anything to help our boss. Who is your boss, though? Is your boss the guy we'll meet at the end of this thing? Or is your boss the boss?
I'm guessing since they're rockets that their boss is the boss.
But it does feel like they're currently, like...
Well, that's probably more like, their rentals. Or like, well, I hired these guys to be working for us for this point, so these are your superiors. But the big
Did you
bag,
look up Rosa and Nate?
well, they don't seem to have a confirmed age if
Oh.
the little preview is anything to go by. But I'm
Okay.
guessing you can probably safely assume they're the same age as Hilda and Hilbert were when they started their journey. And now kill that Golbat.
Yeah, I'm just thinking which move to use.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Ruby can one-hit KO the Nanny with any of his moves.
What did you say? I thought you said, I don't think Ruby can one-hit KO the Nanny. And I was like, of course not, the Nanny is too powerful.
No, I went with any
Okay,
of his moves.
that makes much more sense than whatever I was hearing.
Yeah.
Even now, I feel like even when your character is like
I needed you.
even when your character in Pokemon is like a very little child, I still end up feeling like, yeah, this character's like around 20, just like me. Even when they're like, oh, you're 10, I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, it kind of depends.
I'm older than you.
It kind of depends, of course, because especially in Sun and Moon, your character gets treated especially like kid. Like
Yes.
no shade, but you know, it's very. Come on, let the adult show you where you can go safely without hurting yourself. Which is, you know, not necessarily good or bad. It depends on how it's presented.
I'm very excited about the character what was it? Customization, that's the word.
Yeah.
I feel so useless.
Yeah,
Character customization in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
yeah, we'll see more of that soon, I hope. But I just want to say, like, every time such a moment is not happening, my brain goes back to, yeah, this character's 20 just like me. I mean, I'm not 20, but like in the 20s.
Yeah. You stop counting at 20.
Yeah. You just count every decade after that. Well, actually, I would say that, like, now that I'm officially kind of mid-20, technically, I do feel a lot older than 20. Which makes sense because I am older than 20. But it's like, you know, it's that age where, like, almost, like, every
Wait, did
year
I come
you
from
look
this
back
way?
past
Yes.
and like, man, I changed 100%. It slows down a little once you're past the teens, but it's still like, man, 2 years ago I was stupid and immature.
Let's end the episode here and beat the next best guy.
At the point where I admitted I'm super stupid.
Yes, that's
Which-
a good point to end on.
Which isn't really that surprising, I'm sorry. I should have thought of a better twist for the series. Maybe the twist will be who we
We're
fight.
like 90 episodes in. If you don't know that we're stupid at this point, you weren't paying attention.
Then you're one of us.
Yeah,
That's nice. We're all friends.
we have something to bond over.
Just like these guys. Like, you're behind them now. They should be able to tell that you made it. They
Yeah,
could
no,
all
right.
let go of each other and grab you.
Yeah, or like corner me. You know?
Oh well. Next time, another twist. Who we're gonna fight? No one knows.
No one knows. Hopefully we'll see that pretty blue painting Maxie told us about.
I bet it's gonna be
A
yellow
wave?
from the manga.
Oh my god, I'm so excited!
That she turned evil?
No way!
She's gonna try to turn the whole world into a Voltorb. It's true.
Alright, we see you guys next time.
Bye!
Bye!